Hey everybody, it's Antoinette from AJ's Personal Touch. How you doing? Sorry, I know. Little flyaways here and there. Busy day today. Welcome back to my subscribers and welcome into anybody new. I have not been on for months. I know I haven't. It's been very, very busy. As many of you know, my mom passed in December, so we have been helping my dad clean out things in the house. We just had a garage sale this last weekend and it's been very busy. I wanted to come on and show you. I finished the baby doll that I made for my great niece Lila. That was supposed to be done for her birthday, but I was too sick to go to her birthday, so it got put up. But this is it. Looks almost exactly like the first baby doll that my daughter had that my mom got for her when she was a baby, except for hers had like a baby onesie on, long-legged, and she had legs and little feet. And this one does not. I will be making another one of these for Sophie, the baby. I just have to figure out what color I'm going to make it in because she doesn't really have a favorite color yet. Lila's favorite colors are pink and purple. So a little bit of purple in here. So there you go. There's the back. Wasn't sure what I was going to do with the hat. I did make the ties a little bit smaller than I had wanted to, but I made it so that you can pull down the hat if she wants to, even though it is a bald baby. I was going to tie it all around, but I decided I would let her be able to pull it down. And all I did was tie the hat on then down around the bottom edge so that it was solidly sewn on there and she wouldn't be able to lose it. And if she pulls really hard, I don't think she's going to be able to get it off. If she does, I think she'll probably be ruining the back of the baby's head. But there you go. Little hands. Now that she was very fun to make. I just really didn't feel like sewing her together when the time came. And I'm not the type who actually cares for the ones that are no-sew. I like sewing them together because I think they have more definition. Some of the no-sew patterns have a lot of definition, and I like those kind. So it just depends on the pattern. If I'll make it or not, whether it is a no-sew or if there's a lot of sewing. Like the dragon I made my son-in-law. That had a lot. I think that had the most sewing on it than anything I've made yet. Another thing I'm working on, I was hoping to have it done by today because of what's going to go on tomorrow, which I will tell you about in a minute, but I want to do all of the fiberwork stuff first. Is this baby blanket here. It is for my daughter's best friend who they tease and she calls herself our daughter. We've only met her like once or twice, but this is for her baby that she's having any day now, I think. Her baby shower is back on April 12th. This works up pretty fast. I had the first 3 sections done in the first week. And it's just this last week, I did nothing but help at my dad's to the point of like right now I can barely move. If I stand up, I will grimace and I'll probably go, ugh, because my lower back is in a ton of pain. So, I'm still walking. I'm still doing things that I need to do because I have a lot that I want to get done before tomorrow. Now on to tomorrow. It may be a week or two before I can work on this. It depends on how I feel. But I am having major sinus surgery tomorrow. So one of the reasons you haven't seen me very often is because I have been so sick. And last year I was sick. I had gotten sick on December 26th, 2024. And then I got really sick again on December 25th this time, 2025. So I'll get sick. It'll last even longer than normal because those of you know my whole history, um, everything lasts longer because of my being HIV positive. So if it takes you a week to get better, it takes me 2, if not 3. So, but it's been getting better since I've been put on the medication I've been on now for the last couple of years. And I actually had a couple years where I was not sick very much at all. And then all of a sudden, bam, I was sick almost all last year. Uh, and then I have been sick again, not as much as I was last year at this time last year, but still quite a bit. And when I get sick, like I said, it lasts a long time, uh, up to 3 months, if not longer sometimes. My doctor will put me on heavy antibiotics when I first get sick, knowing that, I've been sick for like this. And then he'll put me on steroids, and it doesn't do anything anymore, honestly. He put me on 3 different kinds of antibiotics the last time I got sick. Finally, between him and my specialist, my infectious disease specialist, they sent me to an ENT. The ENT had me taking the same things they did. I'm on 2 different nasal sprays. But now I'm using the system where I cleanse out my nasal passages. It took me 3 months before I could go from this side to this side because it was blocked. But my septum is deviated towards the right side. And then we found out I've had 2 different CT scans. The first one just pointed out the deviation, and the second one said I was doing better because I was getting all of the inflammation start to go down, but they saw more things then when the inflammation went down. I have an extra sinus sac on my left side, which is pushing all of my sacs over. So all of my sinus sacs on my right side are very tiny. So therefore, it's been years now that this has been happening. I don't blow my nose a lot when I'm sick, even if I sound like somebody who needs to blow their nose. I will try to blow my nose and nothing comes out because it all goes down the back and goes down the back of my nose and then down into my stomach. So, and it's not the best feeling. I end up having this ear hurts real bad. When I got sick after Christmas this year, I woke up one day wanting to scream. This ear hurt so bad. I hurt all the way down through my jaw, like will happen when I have a lot of buildup. My teeth hurt so bad, I wanted every tooth in my mouth pulled out, especially the ones on my right side. And I had a headache so bad I thought my whole head was going to explode. I thought it was really bad migraine, but it was a very extremely intense sinus headache. And until we were able to get things moving, it wasn't going anywhere. So I had that thing for days. I actually had to take pain medication to get it to go down enough. And if any of you know, when it comes to taking pain medication to get rid of headaches, it's not a good thing because pain meds, oh, I can't remember right now what it's called. Oh, I'll remember it as soon as I get off of here. But they end up making the pain worse because they don't get to the right spots that they need to um to take the pain away. Has something to do with I want to say they bounce off, but it's not that they bounce off. some kind of effect, and it's a different word, but it's like a bouncing effect because of it goes in, it doesn't really help, and then it creates a bigger headache. So, yeah, I don't use um, pain meds a lot for headaches because of the fact that I know I will end up with a more massive headache. So I use my Nurtec, which works really, really good. And but then I also have my Naratriptan that I can take if I've already had my Nurtec, and the two of them together work really well. But anyway, I have to have three kind of sinus surgeries tomorrow. I have to have one that has to do with two sacs that are up towards the front. My ENT called them berries, and I guess you have two in the back. You can make the ones in the front smaller to give more room. I have to have my septum straightened, but it's only going to be straightened at 90% because if it had, she did it at 100%, she said that I would be laid down a lot longer and it would hurt a lot more. It's already going to hurt a lot, but she said it would hurt even more. And she'd have to put more tubes in my nose than what I'm already going to have in my nose to help keep it up. And there would be more scar tissue. So we opted for the 90% because she said I'm still going to be able to breathe better. Things will be a lot better than what they are right now. So should be. Because as we all know, at least those of us who've had quite a few surgeries, is that surgery is not a golden ticket. It's not some wonderful thing that is just going to take care of everything. Yes, it may take care of and help a lot with what you're having it for, but then you're still going to have more than likely some issues, and it's not going to be that magic pill per se or whatever to just take care of everything. So there you go. That's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be able to start coming on and doing more videos. I've had, like I said, I've had some people say, we miss your videos. Can you please come on and, start doing them again? And I'm trying. I truly am. Life has just been so busy. And then before I was so sick. So I know I'm going to look like a monster for a while. I'm going to be extremely, extremely puffed out. I'm probably going to have eyes that look like a raccoon. Um, my friend had sinus surgery. She had raccoon eyes for the longest time because she was just all black and blue around her eyes for the longest time. And plus, I mean, I am going to have tubes put in my nose to help keep my septum stay up, plus I think for drainage. So yeah, it's not going to be a pretty sight for a while. So I'm probably not going to be able to talk very well. And like, I can't even pick up anything that's over 5 pounds for a couple of weeks. So I'm going to try and get as much crocheting done as I can, but I already know I mean, I've already been warned that I'm probably going to have a lot of headaches. So I'm going to do what I can do. And I will be back to you as soon as I possibly can. I love you guys. I got to get going. I have so much I have to do before tomorrow. Hoping to work on that blanket some before tomorrow because I really want to get it done as soon as possible. Oh. I almost forgot. And then the other thing that has happened because of all the steroids that I've been on, and it's not just because of the last 2 years, but I was on a lot of steroids the last 2 years. Every time I got sick, I was put on steroids. When I went to the eye doctor last year, I was freaked out because when they were doing that test of switching between 1 and 2 and 2 and 3, it was blurry every single time. It never cleared up. Well, it turns out I've got cataracts. And I don't have regular cataracts. I have fast growing cataracts. And when I saw my doctor this year, he told me he would not be surprised if I was back in 6 months instead of in a year, like I'm recommended to be back in a year. He said, but call if you're having issues and if you need to be seen before that, because we may have to have surgery before then. So I do believe I'm probably going to end up with cataract surgery, probably not too long after I'm done having my sinus surgery. I'm starting to have floaties in the air. Like I look like there's a bug that's falling right here, like almost like there is a spider falling from the ceiling right now, but it is a floaty for my eye. At my dad's garage sale the other day, I had little round dots that were floating, and then they went into looking like little wormish type things. And now I have basically just the one that shows up over here. I close my eyes like this, and I open it, and it might be gone for a second, but like right now, it's back right here. And I'm like, I want to catch it. Because at first I thought it was my hair, and I kept putting my hair back more and out of my way, or I thought they were caught in my glasses when I had my glasses on. So yeah, so that's probably in my near future too, but I'm not as upset about that because I know that once you have your cataract surgery that it can help immensely with your eyes. The only thing I'm concerned about is you can only have cataract surgery so many times, and from what I believe that's what I was told. So if I have this happening now, what's going to happen if I have to continue taking steroids? And my doctor knows. He didn't say no more steroids for me. He said just try not to use them as much. Tell your doctor that we need to try and cut down on them if possible. And with how I've been sick this last year, he could not cut down. But he will ask me, he'll say, well, I really think you need steroids. Is that okay with you? And I'll be like, well, if I need it, I need it. So yeah. So now I got this floaty thing going on. So I'm going to have to call the doctor and let him know, but there's no sense letting him know until after I have surgery, until it's closer that I can actually go in and see him. So, or just call and let him know I had surgery and I can't see him if he would want to see me until I get better from surgery. So with that, now I'm going to go. I will see you later. I love you guys. Remember, you matter. You're beautiful, you're gorgeous, and don't let anybody tell you any differently. And I hope to see you as soon as I possibly can after I'm all healed up. So see you later. Mwah. Later.